Welcome back, grade 9. So, our lesson today is Medial 8C, grammar section, your student book page 86 and your workbook page 85. Excellent, girls. So, we have some objectives to achieve today. What are our objectives? By the end of this video, you will be able to differentiate between the active and the passive voice. هنعرف الفرق between A يعني active و A يعني passive. Identify the form of the active and the passive voice. هعرف الفرق بين the form of the active and the passive voice. Fill in the gaps with the appropriate form of the active and passive voice. So look at this picture. Can you describe this picture? Tell me a sentence describing this picture. Very good. The girl eats an apple. The girl eats an apple. So, look at this sentence. The girl eats an apple. What is the subject here? مين الفعل عندي؟ The girl. طب مين الverb؟ Eats هي الverb. مين الobject؟ An apple ده الobject. Very good, girls. So, the girl eats an apple. The subject اللي هو الgirl. Can she do the action؟ تقدر تعمل الفعل بتاعي اللي هو eats. Can the girl do the action? Excellent. So the subject here can do the action. الفاعل عندي بيعمل الفعل بيعمل الأكشن. So بسمي الجملة دي إيه يا بنات؟ active voice. يبقى active voice when the subject can do the action. لما يكون subject بيعمل الأكشن قادر يعمل الأكشن. طيب look at this sentence. An apple is eaten by the girl. An apple is eaten by the girl. What is the subject here? An apple. Excellent. The subject عندي في الجملة. طيب can the subject do the action؟ الأبل دي can it do the action اللي هو المفروض subject كان الفاعل ده بيقدر يعمل الأكشن اللي هو الإيتين بيقدر ياكل الأبل هي اللي بتاكل؟ لا طبعا يبقى بنسمي دي إيه يا بنات؟ passive voice. passive voice. Very good. يبقى الفرق بين الactive voice والpassive voice إن الactive voice the subject can do the action لكن passive voice the subject cannot do the action. حلو. Very good. So now we achieved our first objective but let's check now. When I say لما أقول مثلا the car is fixed. The car is fixed. This is passive voice or active voice? Excellent. passive voice لأن ال car they cannot do the action ما تقدرش تصلح نفسها. طب when I say the mechanic fixed the car دي active ولا passive؟ Excellent. active voice لأن ال subject عندي mechanic وهو اللي يقدر يصلح الكار. The picture is drawn. active or passive؟ very good. passive لأن ما ينفعش الصورة مش هترسم نفسها. طيب I draw a picture. passive or active؟ very good. active لأن أنا عارفة مين الفاعل عندي. very good, girls. So now I achieved my first objective which is identifying or differentiate between the active and the passive voice. Okay, girls? Okay, girls. Now let's move to our second objective, which is now, girls, let's move to our second objective, which is identifying the form of the active and the passive voice. So look at the sentence again, to the sentences again. The girl eats an apple. So what is the subject here? The girl. What is the verb? Eats, and the object is an apple. An apple is eaten by the girl. ها بدأنا بإيه يا بنات؟ بدأنا بمين عندي؟ بالobject. يبقى بالobject عندي اللي جه بعد الفعل اللي هي an apple بدأت بيها an apple. وبعدين is eaten. is eaten ده مين؟ verb to be. verb to be وبعدين by the girl. sentence عندي present simple. sentence عندي ايه يا بنات؟ present simple. بدأنا بمين؟ an apple اللي هو المفعول ال object. so an apple وبعدين استخدمت verb to be في ال present. مين verb to be في ال present؟ am or is or are. طيب المناسب عندي مين؟ is. So an apple is eaten. وجبت eaten ده مين؟ ال PP past participle of the main verb. وال past participle للmain verb by the girl. Okay, so look here. My father washes the car every Sunday. Let's change it to passive. السنتنس عندي active. ليه active؟ لأن father here is the subject and he can do the action. هو اللي بيقدر يعمل الأكشن. So بدأنا ب the car. the car اللي هو مين؟ الأوبجكت. بدأت بالأوبجكت. The car is washed. ليه جبت is؟ لأن السنتنس عندي present. عرفت منين هي present؟ من every Sunday. فيبقى every Sunday يبقى جملة present، يبقى am or is or are. So the car is. وبعدين wash المين verb. الفعل الأساسي عندي مين؟ wash أصبح washed. So the car is washed every Sunday by my father. وجبت by my father في الآخر خالص اللي هو السبجكت الأساسي عندي اتحول لأوبجكت. السبجكت الأساسي اتحول لإيه يا بنات؟ الأوبجكت. So what is our rule؟ الباسيف فويس عندي يا إما past يا إما present. ناخد بالنا مهم جدا، لازم تحددي زمن الجملة. So ال present simple passive. ال present simple passive ايه الرول بتاعتي؟ ببدأ بالobject اللي هو المفروض my father washes the car. من الobject the car. وبعدين verb to be in the present اللي هو am or is or are. Then the past participle of the main verb. وبعدين نرجع by والسبجكت الأساسي في الجملة. طيب لو الجملة عندي past simple ازاي احولها لpassive؟ excellent. ببدأ بobject وverb to be بقى فين بقى يا بنات؟ في ال past. ده مهم جدا اللي هو was أو were. يبقى الفرق الوحيد بينهم اللي هو verb to be بيكون في ال past was أو were. Then ال past participle. Look at this sentence. Egyptians built the pyramids of Giza. Egyptians built the pyramids of Giza. Built them when? Now or in the past؟ طبعا in the past. عاوزة أحولها لباسيف. الجملة دي طبعا active. أحولها لباسيف هبدأ بمين؟ بالobject اللي هو the pyramids of Giza. the pyramids of Giza. مين المين verb عندي؟ built. وفي الماضي هحط قبلها verb to be اللي هو where built. ال past participle of built is built by Egyptian. This one. Eiffel designed the Eiffel Tower. Eiffel designed the Eiffel Tower. So this sentence is active voice. Very good. How can we change it into passive? Start with the object. هنبدأ بالobject اللي هو Eiffel Tower. So the Eiffel Tower. What is this sentence in the past or in the present? In the past. So was designed by Eiffel. Okay, girls. So now move to your student book page 85. Here, let's complete the rule. Read and complete the rule. Okay, girls, let's complete this rule here. So the passive voice is subject plus verb to be plus past participle of the main verb. verb to be ناخد بالنا verb to be في ال present هيكون am or is or are. في ال past was or were. Like this sentence. Basketball is played on indoor or outdoor courts. Basketball was invented in the past by James Naismith in 1891. So now we achieved the first objective, which is identifying the form of the active and passive. Now let's move to filling in the gaps with the appropriate form of the active or the passive voice. Open your book page 89. Exercise C. Pause the video. في الفيديو دلوقتي. Read the sentence complete with present simple passive. حددي الجملة إذا كان present or past or past simple passive of the verbs in the brackets. Pause the video and answer the questions. Welcome back, girls. Let's check your answers. Okay, so number one, excellent, was built. Lee was built because in 2007. Type number two, Spanish is spoken. لسه بتتكلم، ما زالت بتتكلم. Is spoken in Spain but also in many countries in South America. Computers are used in most schools nowadays هذه الأيام. So present. Okay. Because he was chosen to play for the university basketball team in the past. Okay. Number five is watched. The Super Bowl is an event which is watched by millions of Americans every year. Every year, the present. During yesterday, the players were asked. So players here جمع استخدمت معاها were asked to run around the court for half an hour. So let's retell what happened today using the passive voice. The lesson was explained. طب the words excellent were written. The class was cleaned. The test was answered or is answered. Okay, لو هو في present. Okay, thank you girls. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed the lesson and don't forget your homework.